African or Black immigrants, you don't see us in specific geographical locations. Like, you were talking about Chinatown. There's no Africa town. I heard that, they were closing the African Immigrant Refugee Resource Center. And I said, why? We immigrants from Africa, we have no place to go. And at some point, with some friends, we said, okay, let's start the African Advocacy Network. So we started with no penny. I'm not talking about the symbolic penny, no, the actual penny. But we got lucky because I talked to people, and there was a gentleman, Dolores Community Services, the late Eric Quesada. They took us, as a project. And in 2016, we decided to go for our 501c3. We were like in a small, tiny room of about 300 square feet, and some foundations were really, very supportive. They provided the funding. So that allowed us to move from 300 square feet to 3,000 square feet. So this is really awesome. Even though, we essentially providing immigration legal services, but AN needs to build its capacity in order to be able to address the needs that are coming from the community. We are what I call the community of the underserved, underemployed, underrepresented. When you look at those things, they take us to one thing is the issue of equity. We don't talk enough about how Black immigrants experience anti-Blackness. And this is where I believe that, there's some work to do. Some of them cannot read it, they don't see it, right? Or they see it, they're scared. And I don't think that, it's up to others to say, there's something wrong which is happening with the community of Black immigrants. It falls on us. And this is what I'm really trying to share with them. What do we need to do if we want to have good, well-paying jobs? What do we need to do if we want to access housing or better healthcare? We're extremely diverse, racially, culturally, linguistically. For the first time, I believe Black immigrants can say, this is an office we identify with, where we can go anytime and then feel at home. We've been around for 14 years now, right? Our dream would be to have a more holistic approach, taking our community members, each of them, as a whole, not just legal services, but any other issues that they're confronted with. Lately, we've added another component to our work, which is community building. A community doesn't happen by itself. You got to create it. And that's how we created different focus groups, and then offer the space and let them discuss. When I say community, what comes into their mind? And we started with women. And for me, this is extremely important because we're coming from a male-dominated society. Now we're living in a different context where we can really challenge, those things we've always lived with. Our next step would be, inviting people from the Asian community, sharing the experience, in terms of lessons that we can learn from them. The Language Access Network, CAA is our fiscal sponsor. The Immigrant Parent Voting Collaborative, CAA is our fiscal sponsor. CAA is opening a door and leveraging that is going to come with much closer collaboration, with other communities. We have something that we should take advantage of, these human relationships that we've been able to create, over the years. If you ask me, what would AN like to be? I say, well, when we grow up, we like to be like CAA, and celebrate our 50-year anniversary.